and Jeff Burton. Kevin Harvick, Jeff Burton, and J.J. Yeley do not make their starts today. Everyone else, they're lined up. It was a good day in qualifying yesterday for people the likes of, say, Tyler Reddick. Of course, filling in for Denny Hamlin. That storyline is still pretty active. There is potential for anything to happen at this racetrack. You know, we could see a car go flying hundreds of feet in the air, or we could see a completely green flag race, which, knowing the way Michigan runs, not likely. Michigan has run very competitive in both this series and the Cup Series. And also run very risky, even with many changes made to try to omit running multiple car widths wide, you know, 4 or 5 cars wide. It's just inevitable. You can't really stop it from happening unless you take away all your talent. And so, coming off of turn 4, the pace car is going to head down pit road. It's a late night stream today, as Trevor Bayne and David Gilliland are going to lead the field to the green flag in Michigan. Carl Edwards tried to go a bit wide on the start there. Didn't work in his favor. Good start for Trevor Bayne. They've got Reddick, Menard, and Reagan on the bottom. The field is looking to split into 2 main packs. As we can see, there's a bit of distance between Robbie Gordon and Jeff Gordon, as Jeff almost makes contact with the 00 of David Runeman. The 09 on the inside of Tony Stewart. They're 4 wide for second, as Carl Edwards is on the outside of Paul Menard and Tyler Reddick for the lead here. Paul Menard way down on the apron with David Reagan behind him. It's a huge fight for the lead. Reddick into Kurt Busch, and a crash into turn 2. Words are not wording, but as the caution is out, Kurt Busch and David Gilliland already taken out. As David Reagan on the bottom here of Paul Menard is going to look to take the lead back to the line. And that is going to be the first caution of the day. Leader Paul Menard. That is... wow, what happened? A very chaotic first lap and a half. Stages today, lap 15, lap 32, and lap 50. What happened was, I guess Reddick just ran it a bit too high in the corner. That got Edwards, and that got Labonte into Kurt Busch. And that brought all 3 of them up in the wall. Thankfully, everyone else was able to avoid the wreck, leaving just Kurt Busch way back there. And Paul Menard was able to bring it all the way back off of 4, and he was able to bring it to the line. Which, that would make a good finish to the race, but it is lap 3 right now, and we're under caution. So on pit road, pit roaders include David Reagan and most of the field behind him. That is Trevor Bayne, pole sitter. He's going to have the forward-most pit box. If his pit crew can put together a good stop, he could end up out in front of Reagan, but he's going to end up right behind him, as many people like Kyle Busch and Tony Stewart opt for a 4-tire stop, full stop. Paul Menard, Tyler Reddick, and Carl Edwards stay out of pit road, as well as Juan Pablo Montoya, Stevie Wallace, and Model Cap. Everyone else has gone down pit road. They have a slight advantage over this front pack of 5. As we are 1 lap to green. The 27 has fallen out with a camshaft failure under caution, which puts the 11 and the 99 as your front row starters for the rest of the stage for just 9 laps. But 9 laps at Michigan are 9 very eventful laps, make no mistake. Those could be the best 9 laps of the day, for all we know. I just hope no cautions come out. To, like, at that right distance away from the green and white checkered flag to where, or from the yellow, I guess. I hope no cautions come out right at that 1 lap before the stage end to where the race ends up infinitely under caution. Because that would be a shame. That would be a shame. We have potential for a great race here in Michigan. And, seeing a caution like that end the race early, that would really suck. As the pace car makes a left on a pit road, Tyler Reddick and Carl Edwards are going to lead the field back to the green flag in Michigan. We're back underway, hopefully for the rest of stage 1, but that may jinx it. As Model Cap goes all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Going to look to take an inside line here with Robbie Gordon behind him, but on this first lap, you kind of want to be on the top almost. Look at that, Carl Edwards slipping way out ahead of the 11 car. Stevie Wallace kind of in the way almost. As you can see, he's just got nothing on that 99 car. As the 11 and 42 catch him up very quickly. As they're 4 wide behind them. Regan Smith way down on the bottom. Hopefully, Bain does not drive it in too hard into the corner. He doesn't. He keeps it steady, and they're still 4 wide. Now, with a little bit of contact into Mark Martin, Carl Edwards running away with it. The only challenger really is Trevor Bain with Regan Smith there at the bottom of the racetrack. As they're running very, very close. Nearly make contact, the 11 and the 5. Edwards thought maybe he could run away from it, but the 21 comes by. And he is now right up the bumper of the 99. And the 5 and the 11 nearly make contact. They do make contact, and that's the 5. A hard hit into the wall. And that is a big crash on the back straightaway. Dale Earnhardt Jr. up and over. Ryan Newman as well. A huge accident. And that will render Dale Earnhardt Jr. out of this race. A tragic accident as Carl Edwards is going to take it back to the line. What happened? What a crash. See, I can like spot this out. The 5 and the 11, they made contact here in turn 2. That brought them up hard into the wall. Thank God for that safer barrier. And then, yeah, that brought Clint Boyer. And then Ryan Newman hits Dale Earnhardt Jr. real hard. I mean, they both went over. If we look closely behind Junior's car, that's Newman on his roof as well. A huge crash on the back straightaway. That is caution, and a huge one at that. Edwards down pit road, but we're going to skip because we know he's going to be first off, except he's not. Regan Smith is first off. And we are 1 to green. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout for the stage win. Cutting it close, honestly. That could have been an infinite caution. So we're rather lucky with that one. But Trevor Bain is going to have a 2-lap fight. He's just going to have to hold the lead there because realistically, I mean, we've already got a lot of retirements here. We've got, let's see who's retired. Clint Boyer, Greg Biffle, Travis Quapple. 42 is... What's the 42? There's a 42? Oh, Juan Pablo Montoya, Tyler Reddick, Kurt Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Mark Martin, Bobby Labonte, Ryan Newman, Martin Truex Jr., Joe Nemechek, 71, whoever that is. I low-key forgot. Whoever the 71 is. And Paul Menard. Right? Who's the 71? Andy Lally. There it is. But, as we come onto the front straightaway for the end of stage 1, Trevor Bayne and Brian Vickers are going to lead the field back to a 2-lap shootout for the stage win. And Trevor Bayne with a slow start means Brian Vickers is going to get out ahead. It's going to give Regan Smith a chance to catch the 21 as well. And onto the back straightaway, Carl Edwards is up in it. Look at him in the middle there. But he's going to have to get past Robbie Gordon first. They're 4 wide. Ruderman takes them all the way 4 wide almost. Regan Smith is going to look to challenge Trevor Bayne's lead for stage 1 in Michigan. 1 lap to go in stage 1. And it's going to be a potentially incredible fight for a stage win here, as the 78 is going to take it all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. And they're 5 wide behind. Nearly 5 wide. They are side by side for the lead. Carl Edwards out on the out. But Regan Smith, are they wrecking behind? Almost. They're in the wall. Regan Smith and Trevor Bayne are side by side for the stage win. Who's going to get it at the line? Bayne and Smith. And who knows? Who knows who got that? What a incredible stage finish. I believe it was Trevor Bayne. Let's go back and take a look at the high-speed footage. And right at the last second, even when it looked like Regan Smith would come out with it, Trevor Bayne takes the stage win. You can just see, I mean, they're running 200 miles per hour. That gap, it's indiscernible. You really just cannot tell who would win that otherwise. You need the high speed, and that's why we have it at this racetrack. As I'm pretty sure, yeah, look at Michael Waltrip. There was definitely a crash coming to the line. Unless, no, that's just Michael Waltrip, a slow car. But they were in the wall, for sure. I swear I heard someone in the wall here on the stage finish. But I could have just been delusional. I think it was Vickers in the wall. No, it was maybe McMurray? Or no, I was just hallucinating. Regardless, Trevor Bayne wins stage 1. Regan Smith, Carl Edwards, Trevor Bayne are your top 3. As we're under caution. Oh no, and Regan Smith, under caution here, is experiencing mechanical failure. Maybe he fought a little too hard for that stage. Smith, he's out. He's going to come down pit road. That is another man out. No, there are tire marks in turns, so... Oh, this is from... Wait, no, because Kurt Busch... Wait, no. No, Kurt Busch and the subsequent wreck, they both happened on... There was no wreck, though. Weird. Regardless, Regan Smith down pit road. We will know soon why the 78 is retiring. the Furniture Row Chevy Impala could have had a great race today, maybe even a win, but he will retire with a piston failure. Looks like cylinder number 4 shot out the hood. That was an incredible finish for the stage. Just absolutely phenomenal. If that's to say anything about the finish of the race in and of itself, we're in for a treat. And so, as this camera gets reset, and this camera is prepared, we should be 1 to green this time by. And now, yeah, green this time by. Realistically, I mean, Kyle Busch, he's a fast car, but he's in 13th place. If he can rack his way up through the entire field, through these 20, you can fight the rest of the 20 car, what's left of field. 25 car field, pretty much. He could challenge for the win. It just doesn't seem likely to me, given how this race has gone. Where if you're at the front, you pretty much stay at the front. As the pace car is going to make its way down pit road. And Trevor Bayne in the Motorcraft 21 alongside Carl Edwards in the Aflac 99 are going to bring us back to the green flag in Michigan. Stage 2 underway as Carl Edwards makes an incredible start. Robbie Gordon on the bottom, winner of Kansas, on the bottom of Trevor Bayne, inside there. He's looking to pass. They're 3 wide, 4 wide with Tony Stewart. Although I don't trust how close that Earnhardt Ganassi number 1 is running. Jamie McMurray, he's running it real close. They're pretty much touching. They're taking big risks here at Michigan. You saw how that played out earlier with Earnhardt. Didn't do him well. Like I said, there was potential for cars to go flying, and flying they did. Fly they did. Trevor Bayne now behind Carl Edwards. As these 3 are really the class of the field. I didn't think that Robbie Gordon would be the class of the field alongside Trevor Bayne and Carl Edwards, but he's up there and he's holding up a pretty good fight. But he's just no match for the 21 and the 99. He slips back into the field. Trevor Bayne on the bottom of Carl Edwards looking to make a strong pass on the 99. And it's a strong dive in the bottom. Bayne gets past. Edwards slips in behind for the slipstream, gets a bit of a boost, and is going to go back down the bottom into turn 3. They're side by side. And as they come off of 4, Edwards back in the lead. They were running real 4 wide, big pack earlier. Now that most of the field is gone, and especially their main contender, Regan Smith, now it's kind of difficult even for Kyle Busch. Started in the top 10, usually runs the top 10, can't quite get up there through this big old field of cars. Let's pay a bit more attention to him, as we pretty much know one of these 2 is going to end up leading. Yeah, look at this. Carl Edwards and Trevor Bayne here off of 4, and it's Bayne to the lead again. Here's Kyle Busch way down in the bottom. Let's look at the 18, because he has the chance to make a huge run up through the field. Of course, it's a short race, but short nonetheless. It's going to be good if Kyle Busch can get up to the front of the field. He's going to look to do it. I mean, going to get down in the bottom of Dave Blaney. And so already he's broken well into the top 10 at this point. as they run side by side, 2 rows all the way down the field, including the leaders. Busch goes to the middle. He knows he's not going to catch AJ Allmendinger. He takes advantage of that outside speed. David Ragan down to the bottom with AJ Allmendinger. Going to pass both Edwards and Trevor Bayne. On the bottom, a huge send by the number 6. As they're 4 wide for the lead, the 6 nearly makes contact with the 21. 4 wide for first. Nearly 5 wide with Kyle Busch. Busch holds off on taking it 5. And they make contact. Edwards into the wall. Trevor Bayne, a huge hit. For the 99 and the 21, your 2 lead contenders, along with David Ragan, they're all out. They all get taken out as AJ Allmendinger runs away with it. And AJ Allmendinger is going to take the lead to the line. Unbelievable. What a wreck. I mean, that's another flip here in Michigan. Hold on. So what happened was they were running real tight. Ragan kind of got a little tight. Came up into the 21 and the 99. They all went flying into the outside wall. Both Ragan and Edwards up and over. 99 and 6, except the 99 looks kind of like Lightning McQueen here. Whereas the 6 actually ended up on his roof. Yeah, the 99 kind of rode the top of that safer barrier. And there's Jimmy Johnson, Pocono winner. Kind of. Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. Look at that model cap, though, right through the middle of that wreck. Look at that. Bing. Right through the middle. And, so that is Carl Edwards retired from this race. Trevor Bayne on pit road. He's gonna be stuck there for a while. Look at the condition of the 21 there. He's not coming off for a while. So, as we see a downsized field, it's no one else's race to win but Kyle Busch. The stars are finally looking to align for the number 18. As we are just 1 to green, AJ Allmendinger and Tony Stewart, who is running up in the lead for, I believe, the first time all season? Yeah. This is the first time he's found himself on the front row in contention for the lead all year long. Tony Stewart and AJ Allmendinger are your front row. Look at how small the field has gotten. None of our main lead contenders are here anymore except for Kyle Busch. AJ Allmendinger and Tony Stewart are going to lead the field to another 2-lap shootout for the stage. It's 2 to go in stage 2. And I think Kyle Busch can get it, honestly, if he can just take the bottom. But Jamie McMurray takes the bottom into turn 1. And it's going to be close here. Earnhardt Ganassi number 1. There's Jamie McMurray way to the bottom. Kyle Busch running right up against the number 14. David Rudiman on the bottom. 1 to go in stage 2. It's all or nothing now for the stage. Busch running careful. They make contact. The 32, Terry Labonte, being aggressive. As the 32 and the 00 are going to send it way down the inside. Jamie McMurray going to go wide on the exit. But it's Jamie McMurray to take the stage win in stage 2 here in Michigan. And Jamie McMurray wins stage 2. Now, though, is the real test. The rest of the race. That's just it. The rest of the race is what really matters. We could see something great. Jamie McMurray or any of these guys, really. I think it is an almost entirely winless field with the exception of Gilliland and Johnson. This entire field is winless. So, really, literally no matter what, whoever comes home with it today is going to be a first-time winner. Which is just great to think about. And on the backstretch, 1 to green. Kyle Busch on the top, Jamie McMurray on the bottom. They've got David Rudiman and Terry Labonte behind them. The Michael Waltrip Racing 00 car is looking to make a showing today. He doesn't usually get the chance, so when he does get it, like today, he's going to want to make the most of it. Bill Elliott, though. Bill Elliott's a bit of a contender, isn't he? I guess I'm kind of underestimating him. As we come to the green flag for stage 3 and the rest of the race, Jamie McMurray and Kyle Busch are going to lead the field. And Jamie McMurray and Kyle Busch are side by side for that lead. They went 4 wide for a moment in turn 1 there. McMurray, though, going to look to slip out in front. But no, he slows down way up in the turn. And he's going to end up losing that lead to AJ Allmendinger and Kyle Busch. Four wide there with Matt Kenseth and Tony Stewart. Now, no one really challenging the 18. He's out there on his own little island, with the exception of AJ Allmendinger. He's looking to make a pretty good run-up on the 18. Now, Kyle Busch just kind of leading the field. No one really coming close to the pace of that 18 car. But yeah, no one has the speed of that 18. I think this would be a good fight. We could have a good fight. Yeah, I mean, Kyle Busch, he's just kind of sitting pretty. No one really challenging that 18. Look at this, though. Stevie Wallace may be challenging the 43 for second. Are they building up some speed? maybe. I'd expect Bill Elliott to be up there fighting Kyle Busch, but no, he's 3 wide for third. I think that's what he's trying to do, though. Because I know Bill has the speed. Yeah. As it's just 8 to go, Michigan. And no one's challenging Kyle Busch, that 18. We're in turn 1. Look at this Jamie McMurray on the bottom of Terry Labonte. Whoa, AJ building up some speed here on the front stretch off of turn 4. The racing has cooled down quite a bit. Oh no. Michael Waltrip just gets in the way of what could have otherwise been a great battle for the lead. Yeah, now I think it's really Kyle Busch's race to win. I mean, McMurray's going for the pass on Wallace for second there. But Stevie just has the draft. Can't really challenge the draft. You've got to stay behind until you're in the corner, really. Look at that, though. AJ Allmendinger way around the outside. He's playing it smart. AJ has ran an incredible race today. A very short race, albeit, but a great one nonetheless. As we're 3 to go in Michigan, AJ Allmendinger, only one who can challenge Kyle Busch. But with more traffic ahead of him, it's just not going to work in his favor. Unless he can get on the bottom in the corner. There's just not enough cars on track to make a good overtake anymore. And so unless Wallace can get the speed, or even McMurray into turn 1, it's 2 to go in Michigan. For Kyle Busch. And look at Kyle. He is flying. AJ Allmendinger on the bottom of McMurray, but maybe a bit too late. And it is too late, because he's not clear of the one off of the turn. 1 to go at Michigan for Kyle Busch. As it is pretty much over for the 18 and the 77, along with everyone else. After weeks of heartbreak and what could have beens, it looks like it's finally going to come together for the 18. For Joe Gibbs Racing, off of turn 4, it's going to be Kyle Busch for Joe Gibbs Racing. He wins the 2-mile Behemoth 250. And it's finally a victory for the number 18. Kyle Busch wins in Michigan. Be prepared for a potential championship renaissance by the 18. Thank you for watching HAZCAR. We'll see you tomorrow for the Cup Series. Bye.